A rancher in Utah shoots at a wolf. The bullets hit. The wolf doesn't flinch. It walks up to the rancher, calm and unhurt. The rancher empties his gun into the animal at point-blank range. The wolf turns and walks away. No blood, no wounds, just gone. This happened in 1994. It was the first week the Gorman family lived at Skinwalker Ranch. Things got worse from there. Over the next 2 years, the Gormans witnessed impossible things. UFOs hovering silently over their property, cattle mutilated with surgical precision, portals opening in the sky with creatures stepping through, poltergeist activity in their home, strange lights, missing time, technology that stopped working, and always the feeling of being watched. Skinwalker Ranch is a 512-acre property in Utah's Uintah Basin. The Ute tribe won't go near it. They call it the Path of the Skinwalker, a place where malevolent spirits gather. Modern investigators call it the most scientifically studied paranormal hotspot in the world. The government has investigated it. Billionaires have bought it. Scientists have installed monitoring equipment, and nobody can explain what's happening there. The property sits on land sacred to the Ute Nation. According to tribal legend, Navajo shamans cursed the area centuries ago. The Utes drove the Navajo out of the region after violent conflicts. In retaliation, Navajo medicine men placed a curse. They sent skinwalkers, witches who can transform into animals. The curse made the land a beacon for evil entities and strange phenomena. The Utes avoid the property completely. Tribal elders warn their people to stay away. The land is tainted, dangerous. Something there draws darkness. The warnings have persisted for generations, long before UFOs, long before modern paranormal investigation. The indigenous people knew something was wrong with this place. The Gorman family didn't know the history when they bought the ranch in 1994. They saw good grazing land at a reasonable price. They moved in with their cattle herd and plans for a peaceful life. Within days, the wolf incident happened. Then they started finding their cattle dead. The cattle deaths were strange. No predator tracks, no signs of struggle. Just dead animals with specific organs removed. Eyes taken with surgical precision. Tongues removed without tearing. Reproductive organs extracted carefully. No blood on the ground or on the animal. As if something lifted them, performed operations, and put them back. The Gormans set up surveillance. They watched their animals at night. They saw lights, glowing orbs floating across the property. Blue lights, orange lights, red lights. Sometimes the lights moved intelligently, responding to the ranchers' movements. Other times, they performed aerial maneuvers impossible for any known aircraft. One night, the family watched a massive UFO emerge from a portal in the sky. The air shimmered and opened like tearing fabric. A large, disc-shaped craft came through. It hovered silently above their pasture. Then it disappeared back through the portal. The opening closed. The sky returned to normal. The Gormans saw creatures, large animals that didn't match any known species. A massive, wolf-like creature that walked on its hind legs. Birds with red eyes and wingspans over 6 feet. Something they described as resembling a Bigfoot. These creatures appeared and vanished. They left no tracks. They couldn't be photographed. Cameras malfunctioned when pointed at them. Poltergeist activity plagued their home. Objects moved by themselves. Doors opened and closed. Voices whispered in empty rooms. Their children reported shadow figures standing beside their beds at night. The family dog refused to enter certain areas of the property. Technology failures were constant. Cameras stopped working. Recording equipment lost power. Batteries drained instantly. GPS systems went haywire. Cell phones died. Anything electronic became unreliable near certain spots on the ranch. After 2 years, the Gormans couldn't take it anymore. They sold the property to Robert Bigelow, a billionaire with interests in space technology and the paranormal. Bigelow founded the National Institute for Discovery Science. He assembled a team of scientists and former military personnel. They turned Skinwalker Ranch into a scientific observation post. The NIDS team installed professional surveillance equipment, high-end cameras, motion sensors, radiation detectors, electromagnetic field monitors, audio recorders. They staffed the ranch 24/7 with trained observers. They were determined to document whatever was happening. The phenomena continued. NIDS documented hundreds of incidents over years of study. UFO sightings, unexplained lights, animal mutilations, equipment failures, strange creatures, electromagnetic anomalies, objects appearing and disappearing, portal-like phenomena in the sky. But documentation proved difficult. Equipment failed at critical moments. Cameras pointed at phenomena would malfunction. Recordings would be corrupted or erased. It was as if whatever was there didn't want to be studied. One incident involved a team member who saw a portal open. Something came through. It looked like a large predatory bird, but wrong somehow. The creature flew toward the observer. He felt sudden terror. Then the creature vanished. Time seemed distorted. What felt like minutes was actually an hour. His colleagues found him disoriented and unable to account for the lost time. Another incident involved cattle mutilation. The team set up concentrated surveillance on one pasture. Multiple cameras, motion sensors, human observers watching in shifts. A cow was found mutilated the next morning. All cameras failed simultaneously during the night. Motion sensors recorded nothing. The watchers saw nothing. But the cow was dead with the same surgical precision removals. NIDS researchers documented electromagnetic anomalies. Certain spots on the ranch showed fluctuating magnetic fields. These fluctuations had no natural explanation. The fields would spike suddenly, then disappear. They correlated with other phenomena. When UFOs appeared, electromagnetic readings went wild. Radiation levels occasionally spiked. No source was ever found. The spikes were brief but measurable. They occurred in locations where other phenomena had been observed. The radiation was different from natural background radiation. The team couldn't identify its source. Scientists on the team reported psychological effects, feelings of being watched, unexplained dread in certain locations, difficulty concentrating, time distortion, vivid nightmares. These effects were common among anyone spending extended time at the ranch. In 2016, Bigelow sold Skinwalker Ranch to Brandon Fugal, a Utah real estate developer. Fugal brought in a new team. He funded extensive scientific studies. He installed even more advanced equipment. He brought in experts from multiple fields: physics, biology, aerospace engineering, paranormal investigation. The Fugal team's approach was more public. They allowed a television series to document their work. The Secret of Skinwalker Ranch began airing in 2020. The show documented investigations in real time. Viewers watched as the team encountered phenomena they couldn't explain. One experiment involved drilling into the ground. The team wanted to investigate reports of underground anomalies. As the drill penetrated specific depths, strange things happened. Surveillance equipment high above the drill site showed objects appearing in the sky. When drilling stopped, the aerial phenomena stopped. When drilling resumed, phenomena resumed. The correlation was clear, but inexplicable. Another experiment involved rocket launches. The team fired rockets straight up from specific locations. As the rockets reached certain altitudes, they encountered invisible barriers. The rockets' trajectories changed. Onboard cameras showed distortions. Telemetry data went chaotic. Something in the sky above the ranch affected physical objects passing through it. GPS measurements showed anomalies. Certain spots on the ranch registered elevation changes that shouldn't exist. Flat ground would read as being 30 feet higher or lower than surrounding areas. The readings were consistent across multiple GPS units, but visual observation showed flat terrain. The instruments and visual reality disagreed. Microwave radiation was detected coming from underground, high-frequency signals emanating from beneath specific locations. The team brought in ground-penetrating radar. The scans showed large metallic objects buried deep underground, but attempting to reach them through drilling triggered more aerial phenomena and equipment failures. A radiation detector picked up gamma rays, high-energy radiation that shouldn't exist in that environment. The source appeared to be in the sky above the ranch. When the team pointed measuring equipment upward, the radiation intensified. Then it stopped suddenly. The pattern repeated. Something in the sky was emitting gamma radiation on and off. Bioacoustics equipment recorded sounds outside human hearing range. Infrasound and ultrasound at intensities that could cause physical and psychological effects. The sounds correlated with sightings of phenomena. When witnesses reported seeing UFOs or creatures, the sound detectors picked up intense activity. The ranch shows characteristics of what some researchers call hitchhiker effects. People who visit the ranch sometimes report phenomena following them home. After leaving the property, they experience similar events: UFO sightings near their homes, poltergeist activity, electronic disturbances, missing time, the phenomena attached to them somehow. Several researchers who work at the ranch reported phenomena persisting after they left. One scientist saw the same type of UFO near his home that he'd witnessed at the ranch. Others reported household poltergeist activity that started only after their ranch visits. The pattern suggests whatever is at Skinwalker Ranch can affect people beyond the property boundaries. The government's interest in Skinwalker Ranch is documented. In 2007, the Defense Intelligence Agency launched a program called the Advanced Aerospace Weapons System Applications Program. Part of this program focused on Skinwalker Ranch. The Pentagon funded research into the phenomena. They wanted to know if foreign adversaries could weaponize whatever was happening there. The program, later revealed publicly and renamed the Advanced Aerospace Threat Identification Program, spent millions studying UAPs and related phenomena. Skinwalker Ranch was a priority location. The military's interest suggests they take the phenomena seriously as potential threats or opportunities. Why does all this happen at one location? Theories abound, but no consensus exists. The portal theory suggests Skinwalker Ranch sits on a weak point between dimensions or realities. Something about the location's physics allows barriers between worlds to thin. UFOs aren't spacecraft from distant planets. They're vehicles or entities passing through from parallel dimensions. The creatures are beings from those other realities. The portals open and close, allowing crossover. The consciousness interaction theory proposes that the phenomena respond to human consciousness. The ranch itself might be neutral, but human observation and intention somehow manifest phenomena. The more people focus on finding strange things, the more strange things appear. Consciousness affects physical reality in ways we don't understand. The ranch amplifies this effect. The government experiment theory claims the phenomena are man-made: secret military testing of advanced technology, holographic projection, directed energy weapons, psychological operations. The government uses the paranormal reputation as cover for testing weapons and surveillance systems. The indigenous legends are coincidence or were engineered as disinformation. The interdimensional intelligence theory suggests a non-human intelligence operates at the ranch, not aliens from space, but beings existing in dimensions we can't perceive. They study humans like we study animals. They occasionally become visible when the barriers between our dimensions weaken. They manipulate technology and consciousness. They have unknown motives and capabilities. The ancient technology theory proposes that something built by a previous civilization or non-human intelligence is buried at the ranch, an ancient machine or device that creates the phenomena. It operates on principles we don't understand. Underground scanning has detected metallic objects. Maybe these are parts of technology generating the effects. The Earth energy theory draws on concepts from traditional cultures. Certain locations have concentrated Earth energy, ley lines, power spots, sacred sites. Skinwalker Ranch sits on a convergence of these energies. The concentration creates a kind of reality distortion field. Phenomena from multiple sources are drawn to or manifest at such locations. None of these theories are proven. Each has supporting evidence and problems. The truth might involve combinations of multiple theories, or something we haven't conceived. What's clear is that Skinwalker Ranch is profoundly strange. Too many credible witnesses have reported phenomena. Too much scientific equipment has recorded anomalies. Too many independent investigations have documented similar events. Dismissing it all as delusion or fraud requires ignoring substantial evidence. The ranch challenges our understanding of reality. It suggests that consensus reality is narrower than actual reality. Things exist that don't fit our current scientific models. Whether those things are extraterrestrial, interdimensional, consciousness-related, or something else entirely remains unknown. The scientific method struggles with Skinwalker Ranch. Science requires phenomena to be observable, measurable, and reproducible. Ranch phenomena are observable but not consistently measurable or reproducible. Equipment fails. Phenomena appear and disappear unpredictably. Traditional scientific approaches hit walls. This doesn't mean scientific study is impossible. It means new methods might be needed. Ways to study non-reproducible phenomena. Ways to account for observer effects. Ways to incorporate consciousness into models of physical reality. Skinwalker Ranch might be forcing science to expand. The ranch also forces us to consider indigenous knowledge. The Utes warned about this place for centuries. Western science dismissed those warnings as superstition. Now science encounters the same phenomena the Utes described. Maybe indigenous knowledge preserved truths that modern science is only now discovering. Skinwalker Ranch remains active. Phenomena continue. The current team keeps investigating. They've published data. They've invited outside experts. They've attempted to be as transparent as possible while maintaining security. You can visit the property now. Fugal has opened limited tours. People can see the ranch. They can't roam freely for safety and research reasons. But they can witness where all this happens. Some visitors report experiencing phenomena themselves: lights, strange feelings, equipment failures. Whether you believe in UFOs, portals, and supernatural creatures or not, Skinwalker Ranch demands explanation. Something is happening there. Something that has persisted across decades, through multiple owners, documented by numerous independent observers, recorded by scientific equipment, and investigated by government agencies. Maybe it's all terrestrial and explainable. Maybe it's the strangest place on Earth. Maybe it's evidence of realities beyond our current understanding. Whatever the truth, Skinwalker Ranch represents a genuine mystery. And mysteries like this remind us that despite our technology and knowledge, the universe still holds secrets we've barely begun to comprehend. If this journey into the most paranormal location in America made you question the boundaries of what's possible, hit that like button and subscribe. We're investigating phenomena that challenge scientific understanding and exploring the line between documented evidence and unexplained mystery. Ring the notification bell so you don't miss our next examination of places and events that defy conventional explanation. Drop a comment with your theory about Skinwalker Ranch. Portals, government experiments, interdimensional beings, or something we haven't even considered. The phenomena are real. The explanation remains unknown.